Okay.
Let's start the show. Start the show.
Right.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alex Albrecht.
I'm Alison Haislip, and for about the next 30-ish minutes, we are going to sip some booze and spit some news.
That's correct, and that news shall be spat towards Tom Super Volcano Krajewski. How you doing, Tom?
Bring on the spitting of the news.
You can
spitting at ya.
So we have new microphone stands.
No, I'm getting used to it.
So
I'm just
loosen
turn
that
this.
first. Yeah, the other way's loose. There you go.
I'm doing.
Okay, first
we go.
loosen,
There we go.
then
There we go.
move, then tighten.
You make it sound like it's simple.
Well, theoretically it is. It's just an order.
Glad we figured this out before the show.
Yeah,
Right.
I know, right? How do you feel?
I got it's
So,
I feel
okay,
like it's
loosen.
shooting into my neck.
Okay, loosen. Don't.
I loosened.
Yeah, but loosen a lot.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh man.
There you go. Now,
Oh,
see?
so much more loose.
What? I'm also coming back from a cold. There it is. That's what you want to hear. That's the Titan.
I don't think that's what our audience members wanted to hear.
Oh, I don't. That didn't show up on the microphone.
All right, there you go. I'm
How's everybody doing?
Hi guys.
So I have a little news.
Ooh, what's your news?
Alex Albrecht. No, I'm just kidding. Am of sound mind.
It's about to happen.
No. So I starting Monday.
Like this coming Monday
This coming Monday when the podcast comes out. I'm doing 30 days no alcohol.
What?
Oh no!
Yeah.
You've tried that before, though, and you have failed miserably.
This sounds
Just a reminder.
awful.
I've
Haven't
tried
you?
it before. Well, because we talked
started.
about the whole thing on the
Month
show
off
about
of-
my dad's doctor and the liver.
Regenerating your
Did I
liver.
tell you about this
Yeah,
regenerating the liver that like my dad's doctor was
Oh,
like
yeah.
was like just take a month off
Oh, my God.
at some point during
Yeah.
the year, take 1 month off and your liver regenerates like
That's right.
nothing
'Cause we
happened.
talked about how a lot of people just do it in January.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so and here's the thing. I was not planning on doing this.
Right.
Obviously.
What happened? What
Obviously.
happened?
Get some news.
No, what happened was Heather, my wife Heather, and her friend Leah, she's the one they
Yeah.
do the live stream music show together on Caffeine.
Cool.
They agreed because they rehearse together and they're drinking buddies.
Okay.
So a lot of their rehearsals turn into wine.
You just bought all this wine.
That's true. And by the way, we're almost through all the wine.
Oh no.
Because that's how much wine we drank.
Gotta
I
get
was gonna
through it
say
by
I'll
Monday,
be
then.
happy.
Yeah, I
to
gotta
take
get through it
some.
by Monday.
I'll take some off your hands.
Yeah.
So they decided we should take a month off for
Okay.
health, just to be healthy people.
Yeah, got it.
And they decided, well, like through their calculations of shows that they have like a shows here and there, blah blah blah, that the 18th of September through the 18th of October is the best month to take off for them.
All right.
So they were doing that separate to me. And then I got sick.
You did
I
get sick.
got sick. And it's not like this. So this is what happened. So I was doing a live stream. So I'm hosting BlizzCon again this year. Very
Yay!
excited. Very
Awesome.
excited. Third year back. Awesome. It's going to be a much bigger
Yeah.
BlizzCon for virtual ticket experience.
That's cool.
So much so that they added an extra like announcement live stream that happened on Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw that you guys did something.
Yeah, so it's just because there's a lot of information about what the differences between the old virtual ticket and this virtual ticket were,
Right.
that they were like, we actually need to kind of like do, here's what you will get now with virtual ticket
Right.
live stream. So we did that Wednesday. So Saturday, drunk as hell. Sunday, wake up and I'm like, what? That was not cool. Like, I don't
Yep.
feel good.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, no, that's what it was. It was a birthday party,
Okay.
I think. We went to a birthday party on Saturday and it was like karaoke. No, it was an engagement party. Okay, this is all happening.
This is a terrible story.
I know, it's a great story.
It's an
It's a great.
awful story.
It's a perfect
Can you
story.
get to the point is you got sick.
So the long story short is I woke up Sunday morning, hungover, and my voice was gone. Like
Yeah,
I had sore
okay.
throat and like
Oh, and then
weird
you had
nasal
this-
drip.
and you had this live stream coming
and I had
up.
this live stream coming up
Okay.
on Wednesday. So I'm like, fuck, I can't do that. So then I was like, all right, Sunday night, no drinking. Obviously, woke up
Right.
Monday and I was like, ooh, I feel like a little bit of cold coming on. and I already just did 1 day of sober.
That's when you got to get those zinc nasal swabs.
Yeah, see, I got to try those.
It has nothing to do with the drinking. You need to put zinc back in your body.
Like zinc in my nose via
get
the
those,
nose
like,
hole.
nasal, like literally, I as soon as I start feeling sick, I do those zinc nasal swabs, and 2-3 days I'm good.
Really?
I love that.
Yeah.
Tried those.
Cold ease or whatever they're called. Yeah,
coldies. Yeah.
I'm gonna get some of those.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story longer. Wednesday night, I'm done with the live stream, so I'm like, yeah, you know what that
Bring on the
fucking means.
booze.
Bring on your booze. But I was also really tired because we did like a day of rehearsal, and then
Yeah.
it was a long day, and so I was kind of tired. I poured myself some booze. I like even just the smell of the booze was like, this isn't what my body wants.
Okay.
So I took a sip of the booze, and I was like, this is definitely not what my body wants.
You don't
so then I
have to
drank
drink.
all the booze.
What? Why?
Because I was like,
Alex.
He's got a problem.
Because I was like, this is what I spent like my whole day. I was like,
Looking forward to
I'm
having
so
a
excited
glass of
because
booze.
now I'm back on. I can back at it, baby. So then Thursday I woke up and I was like, Jesus, man, fuck everything. And so then I was like, I'm going to join you guys. Because also it's like the
Okay.
easiest time because my wife's not drinking, so I'm not going to be
that
drinking.
Makes a
It
lot
just
of
makes
sense.
so much
I do
sense.
want to point out that you guys have decided to not drink during your co-host's, your BlizzCon co-host's wedding.
I know. There's a
Yeah.
lot, but there's everything.
Yeah.
Every month has a thing like
I feel
that.
like if I had a wedding coming up, that would be the one time that I'd be like, well, I have to drink during that.
Well, but it's like we got a wedding coming up, and then it's like October. We've got Halloween and birthday parties and Halloween parties.
Well,
it's like
you
that's a good
guys
time
have
to drink.
agreed to carpool with me, so obviously you guys are
This is true.
driving, and I'm just gonna get
Loaded.
sloshed.
Yes,
You're gonna have
madam.
to drive drunk Allison home while you guys are
Yes.
sober.
This is gonna be fun. Let the car do the work.
Yeah.
Let the car do it.
Just have the car.
Yourself
Why are you driving? Cars should drive.
Bucephalus, say something funny to me.
Just say, like how my dad is like, Alexis, tell me a joke.
I know you said that. It's so great. Anyway, so that is the news
Okay.
that is fit to print.
And you
All right.
believe you can make it this month.
Well, yeah.
I'm not trying to tell you.
No,
like,
yeah.
so-
Well, but again,
Tom.
it's so much easier to do it when your wife is doing it, right? Because
Yes.
it's like, if I go, I want a drink, she'll go, we're not drinking for the month. And I go, you're right.
Okay.
Tom.
And then when she goes,
Yes.
I want a drink, and I'm like, we're not drinking for the month. You're right.
Tom, our job this month is
Okay.
to be encouraging.
Thank you.
to drink alcohol.
Yeah.
I encourage you to stop doing the
But
thing you're doing.
This will not stop you and I from drinking during the podcast.
There
Don't
you
worry,
go.
everyone
Yeah.
at home. Tom and I have got you covered.
Yeah, 2 people on the podcast will still be cool.
Yeah. Let's be honest. There are podcasts where it is only 2 of the 3 of us drinking.
Yeah,
So.
I usually try to drink on the podcast.
Yeah,
most of
I
the
think
time.
you're the most
I think
consistent.
it's, yeah, you were definitely the most
But that's
consistent.
why every time when Tom's like, no, I'm not having a
Thanks.
drink, I'm like, why do
What?
I feel like I'm being judged for having a drink?
yeah. He seems so responsible all of a sudden.
Yeah, what's
Usually if I drive
happening?
my wife's car, to the podcast,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
know, I don't want to get impounded.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's-
Drinking one
That's
beer.
dramatic.
driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be intense.
Taking it to
There
the
you go.
extreme.
Yeah, so anyway, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, nice.
But I'm actually really excited because I've still been doing the working
Yeah.
out.
So while we're doing this, can you please maybe take measurements and weight? Because I want to know by the end of the month how much you lost. from
Tom
not
wants to know if
drinking.
your arms
Yeah.
get bigger than his.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Can you
could
please
not
tell
get
me
bigger than mine.
if alcohol is causing my arms to shrink somehow? Because then I'm going to stop.
Yeah, you're my test subject to make sure.
I mean, look,
like,
the bottom line is there's no fucking way I'm not losing weight because I drink like a fish and I don't work out.
Yeah.
So now I'm working out and stopping
And not
drinking.
drinking.
I'm going to I will lose
Something's
10
going to happen.
pounds just
10
and
pounds?
as a guy, you drop weight like that. Like when I first start.
hate
yeah.
Well, but I also have more than 10 pounds to go.
Yeah, Alice, you got like nothing.
Yeah, 10 pounds
So-
on you would just be your butt and your boobs, and then you'd just be
I don't want
a
to lose
stick.
those.
Exactly,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
want to lose
saying.
my butt and my boobs.
Okay.
My butt, my boobs,
Ju-
them's my bits.
Those are the best parts.
Those are my moneymakers.
Yeah.
Okay, one quick question, and then we could stop talking about it. But you're like a bourbon whiskey guy. Whiskey, bourbon.
Well, I've been now I'm a wine guy.
Okay.
So I'll drink a full bottle of wine almost every night by myself.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
That's
And it's awesome.
I
and it's awesome.
mini story.
oh, yeah.
I took a cooking class this week.
What?
It was so
Did you
fun.
put on the French cooking music.
Well, first off,
No.
where? How?
There's a- it
Because
was-
I've always wanted to do this.
It was a place that was on Guilt City. There was like a deal for a cooking class, and
Is Guild City like their Groupon?
yes,
Got it,
but it's
okay.
like fancier stuff. You know, like
Oh, I
Groupon.
like that.
Groupon, you can find like literally anything.
Charlie,
like, I need a toaster. Let me find one on Groupon.
Yeah.
Guild City is more like deals
Events.
on facials or like clothing lines and things like that. So they had this one for a cooking class. And I looked up the website for the cooking class, and there was this one coming up that was called Your Home Steakhouse. And it was like teaching you how to cook like steak and mashed potatoes and things like that. And I was like, I want to do that. And there was one spot left. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. So I bought the Guild City deal, and then I signed up for the one spot. So I took it. And because this place, they're called Eats. EATZ. So if you're in LA, I would highly recommend checking them out.
Okay.
Or actually, there were people who came down from Ventura and Pasadena to this place.
Wow.
And they just open bottles of wine. This is my point.
So it's eats and drinks.
You really just drink your way through a 3.5 hour cooking class.
That's amazing.
It was so fun. The food was so good.
What did you learn? Was there any like one thing that you were like, oh, that makes so much sense, or wow, that's an interesting thing? Like, did they do the butter basting?
No, we did make our own butter, but it wasn't butter basting. We made a garlic lemon thyme butter,
compound butter,
garlic lemon parsley butter.
Yep. That's called a compound butter. Anyway.
Yes, it's called a compound butter. Anything you add butter to, if you add anything to butter, it becomes a compound butter.
And then make it butter again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you liquefy it.
No, you don't liquefy. You just mash it.
Oh, yeah.
You just mash it up.
And then you roll it up and freeze it or put it in the fridge,
but
right?
we just left it mashed and dipped bread in it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was real good.
Yeah.
I learned how to properly hold a cutting knife. I guess
that's good.
I've never been doing that right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, there's like a
stabbing
gripping.
downward?
Yeah, I just stab my.
Yeah, you're like, well, yes, it's not slicing.
I always held a
You're like,
knife.
you're murdering your
There's going
steak.
to be no good way for me to describe this.
Yeah.
Just
visually.
No, audibly.
Audibly works.
Audibly.
But I always held a knife with like my index finger on the top of the knife.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? To
Yep.
like kind of guide it. But you're supposed to actually like grip it by the blade. Like your index finger and your thumb.
The base of the blade
pinch the
between your
blade,
index finger and your thumb.
And then you curve the three other fingers around the handle.
Yep.
Did not know that.
It's for the rocking motion.
The rocking motion. That's what I learned.
What's up?
I learned
come
the
to Alex's
rocking
house
motion.
Train track.
I know.
Yeah, guys, I
Compounding
feel like
butter.
I need to host a cooking show.
But here's my whole
Oh, wait,
point.
I did.
Here's my whole point with this cooking class is that I just drank wine the entire time for 3.5 hours. And then like at the end, we're eating our meal and a buddy of mine texted me and he was like, hey, I'm in your neighborhood. Do you want to grab a drink? And I was like, are you hungry? And he's like, yeah, actually I am. I was like, give me 25 minutes.
And I'm gonna cook you a steak.
No, because you get to bring leftovers home.
Oh, cool.
I was like, just meet me at my place. And so, I get home in like 25 minutes and he's literally sitting outside with a bottle of wine because I was like, bring red wine because I don't have any.
Amazing.
And that's all I've been drinking. And so then we sat at my place and I just fed him the food I just made and we drank an entire other bottle of wine. I was so drunk.
But how did he say that the food was?
Oh, he loved it. He loved it. He's like,
I mean, that's great.
He
That's
was
a
really
perfect
stoked.
opportunity.
He was really stoked that he got to be like the guinea pig for the food that I just
Now,
made.
would you say that you now would have the confidence to be like, I'm hungry, I want a steak and mashed potatoes, and go to Ralph's, get the stuff, come back, and cook it?
Yes, because I have the recipes. I'm not at the like I just know what to do now,
Got
but
it.
I'd have to follow the recipes
Got
again.
it. Did they do the thing where they teach you how to like figure out how done the meat is by touching your hand?
No, they said they had us use thermometers.
That's good
because
getting into that rhythm
Yeah.
is really smart.
Exactly, and so like I like my steak medium rare, and that's at like 130 to 135.
Yep.
So they just had me watching out, stabbing the meat, and see what I
Yeah.
was.
Stabbing the meat.
was gonna be
Stabbing
done.
the meat. You're
But
like, now this
also-
is how I cut.
But also, this is what I learned. Like, if I wanted my steak like at 130, I would actually stop cooking it around 125.
Yeah.
Because it keeps cooking after you take it off the thing for about 5 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Guild City. I'm gonna go
City,
look that
yeah.
up because I feel like I like the idea of the Groupon. By the way, that's the perfect like. I would use it less to save money and more to just give me an idea of something to do that I would never have thought to do.
That's why I saw it. I was like, cooking class. That sounds like fun. And then I looked
Yeah.
it up and I was like, oh, this looks great. And, people were there. Like, there was a couple celebrating their anniversary. There was friends who had brought another friend for his birthday.
Yeah.
There was a couple that was there on, like, one of their, not a first date, but, like near the
Seventh
beginning.
date, yeah.
Something like that. So it was like a cool way to, like, celebrate stuff, too.
Did you find it so first off, hats off to you for just being like, oh, one spot left in a cooking class.
I
I'm in.
just totally went by
That is
myself.
so not something I would ever do.
It was great. I loved it.
But how was it? I mean, like, was that a weird experience to just be like?
It was a little weird right at first because like when everyone's showing up, they're obviously showing up in groups. Like I was definitely the only person who went by myself.
Amazing.
But
Like,
also,
who's the loser showed up alone?
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Judging
But
you.
there's wine. So once everyone had a glass of wine,
Yeah.
we were and like the woman teaching the class, her name was Courtney. She was rad. She like turned things into competitions and she like split us off into teams and be like, who's gonna make the better butter? And then
Fun.
chocolate mousse was our dessert, but the
Ooh.
chocolate mousse we didn't make individually. We made as a group.
Oh,
So
okay.
like I was assigned to whisk the eggs right at the beginning, and so I just had to sit there and whisk eggs while she was like dumping chocolate in and things like that. And I was like, guys, I don't want to fuck up the dessert for the entire group.
Yeah.
So it becomes like a group
Community thing.
activity.
That's
Yeah.
fun. How
Yeah.
many? And how big was that? Like, was there
16 people per class. Yeah,
Wow.
and you can actually like you can rent it like for an event. You can just buy all the spots and have like a private class.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
That's fun. That'd be a
Yeah.
fun birthday thing.
yeah, that's what
The
I was
16 of us are
thinking.
going to go learn how to cook.
Yeah, but you're just really gonna get drunk
Yeah.
while you
Yeah.
kind of learn how to cook and then eat all the food.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but it was very fun. I highly
Guilt
recommend
City.
for anyone in the area. Eats EATZ.
EATZ. Okay, I will look
Drunk
it up.
Tom with a knife is not a good
Drunk
idea.
Tom
Yeah.
with a knife.
Dude, there was
Amazing.
a
My
moment
finger.
near the end when we're like stabbing these steaks where I was like, I'm drunk.
You like I put my thermometer in my thigh. Is that bad? But I have. I think I have a fever.
98.7 degrees.
Yeah. Guys, guess what? I checked my temperature. I'm fine. Allison, your thigh is bleeding. Well, how else was I going to check my temperature?
Yeah.
Dick.
You're
Duh.
a teacher.
Yeah. You don't know anything about cooking and medicine.
in medicine.
All right, let's get to some emails, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. So this is autocorrect animal problems.
Ooh.
This is from Elwin.
Hi, Elwin.
Elwin here. Quick side note about the Chico Katin. Must have been
Oh.
Chico Kitten.
You said Chico
because,
Kitten 'cause
No, it was spelled that way. Remember, I spelled it out.
Yes.
She said
His
or-
autocorrect.
Yeah, because of ducking autocorrect. Apologies.
Ducking autocorrect.
Katin is the
Yeah.
spinning stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Because I was like, why kitten?
Yeah.
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 Now it makes sense. It was. I
Um,
should have figured that out. That it was autocorrect.
Yeah, right? Amazing. Okay, here we go. Hi, Alex, Allison, and our super hot volcano Tom.
Ooh, I'll take it.
Ah,
Hello.
Checking in from the Great White North, longtime listener.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love listening on Monday mornings while I make breakfast
That's
since I
Canada,
work from
right?
home. I believe that is Canada,
this
the Great
from?
White North. Well, he says, super curious to see how you pronounce my name.
Oh.
All right, spell it.
So I'm
do
gonna
it.
first. I'm
You're-
gonna give it a shot.
Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's Mahadi Youssef.
Oh.
Mahadi Youssef is what I'm gonna go with.
All right.
So Mahadi, if that actually is how you pronounce your name, I win
Yeah.
everything.
You win all
in
the
Canada.
things.
I win Canada.
Yeah.
All the
you
pelts.
win Canada from
all the-
from what's I was gonna say Justin Thoreau, but that's the guy.
From Justin Thoreau.
That's
you
the
know
guy
the
on the
guy from
Leftovers.
yeah.
What's his name? What's-
Justin Trudeau.
That's it. That's it.
So Justin Trudeau will have to come on the show, which my wife would love. They actually, the Boubet sisters have a song called Justin Trudeau, and it's just
Really?
all about
How much they love him.
Yeah,
He is hot.
it's super hot.
Okay, wait. Can we see the name?
Oh yeah, so it's Mahadi Youssef is what I think it is. So it's Mahdi.
M-A-H-D.
M-A.
M-A-H-D. That just
Yeah,
seems
okay.
like Mahdi.
Maddie.
Yeah, but there's an H in there, so I think it's Mahadi.
You're adding,
adding
a
an
syllable.
extra A in there.
Mahdi.
Mahdi.
Like Marty McFly.
All right.
You're from
Mahdi
Brooklyn.
McFly.
Hey, Marty McFly.
Hey,
You know
it's Mahdi Youssef.
His name is just spelled with the Boston accent.
Oh yeah, it's Mahdi.
Marty, you.
So it's Marty spelled with a Boston
Yeah.
accent. So what's up,
Mahdi.
Mahdi? And then Youssef is Y-U-S-U-F.
Y-U-S-U-F.
Marty Yusuf.
Y-U.
Well, I am
Yusuf.
part French Canadian,
Yusuf.
Yusuf.
Yes.
and that's a traditional French
You're
Canadian
part
last
French
name.
Canadian?
Lapointe. Yeah. So
Really?
You're a
Yeah.
LaPointe?
Yeah.
I don't even
That's
know what
French
that means.
Canadian.
Wait, so
I don't know.
Yusuf
One of my mom's last
is a common French
No, it's
Canadian
not.
last name? I was like, what? How's that
I
possible?
am French Canadian.
Mahdi. I
But-
like Mahdi Youssef.
Yeah.
Mahdi Youssef.
Marty Yusuf.
Good old Mahdi
Hey,
Youssef.
Go to Mahdi Youssef.
Yeah.
So I just listened to last week's podcast, and I'm convinced Allison is cursed.
Oh, no.
I'm glad that it was just somebody guessing her number.
Oh, yeah, for the whole...
It's been,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, it's been a good 6-month run for you. With stuff coming up. You know, usually they're like, everything's coming up, roses.
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
something threatening my livelihood.
Yeah, exactly.
Happen.
So this year, this week, I bought a house for somebody that I don't know, and I'm paying for it.
Complete stranger. Yep.
Saw that you were worried. Oh, and then he added some stuff because I guess he's got some computer science knowledge.
Ooh.
Saw that you were worried about if keeping adding numbers to the block list. Here's a little computer science.
Yeah.
On the lookup time of dictionary is O(1). So no matter how many, to some degree, there's no way this would ruin performance.
See?
This is a unique to that specific data structure. And would be most likely what happens when a call comes in. So block away and keep on.
Right. There
keep
you go.
On. Thank you, Marty.
Speaking of, we had all the new Apple announcements this past week.
Oh, shit. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, as someone who doesn't
I
use
was
an
working
iPhone,
on
I give
Wednesday,
zero
so-
craps. But
So some interesting things came up. So they announced...
facial recognition was the big
Well,
thing.
yeah. So they went from the Touch ID, but it's very weird because they announced 2 phones.
Mm-hmm.
So let's
The
start
8 and the X. They just skipped 9.
But so let's start with the iPhone 8, right?
Okay, sure.
Current generation is the iPhone 7.
Right.
Big hoopla, and now the iPhone 8.
Yeah.
So the iPhone 8, not much changed.
Right.
Little bit better camera, faster processor,
Dude,
all the things that we knew would happen with the new
Hollywood's
step.
just going to start being shot on iPhones.
You shoot 4K now.
I've started going into auditions, and I literally get put on tape on an iPhone.
Really?
Yeah. They don't have actual cameras anymore.
That is crazy. Well, but also, why?
Yeah.
First off, if it's on the iPhone, you can immediately email it.
Yeah,
It'll get
exactly.
auto-compressed. So it's
Exactly.
like, it's probably easier. They might even have an app that's like for uploading to specific, because
Right.
I have now, so for a while, I was just talking about somebody about this, about how the whole industry of messengering did I talk about this on the show last week? Probably not.
No. You mean messaging scripts to people? And
No,
stuff
no,
like
no.
that? Oh.
There was a whole industry in Hollywood that was moment to moment, like our messaging services.
Yeah,
that
it was
would all
scripts
come
and
in,
things like that,
but
yeah.
not specifically scripts. It was submissions of headshots and resumes.
Oh, yes.
So
yeah.
every morning, the breakdowns would come out, which is, for those not in the biz, is basically just a list of all the auditions.
The roles that are being cast.
That are
right
being
now.
cast.
Yeah.
But the roles that are being cast for like CSI and Avatar 2 and like the big roles. So it's
Right,
not like
right.
Backstage West or like some, whatever.
It's
So
not
what would happen?
public stuff.
You're right, and it's
Yeah.
not public. You have to like, pay to be part of it. All the big
You have to
agencies.
be an agent or a
Right.
manager to have access to the list.
So what would happen is the agencies would get together, and by about noon, they would have a giant stack of physical headshots and physical resumes.
Yeah.
Specific and like letters for which person for which role.
Right.
That would then need to get sent out to 25 casting directors
Right.
that day.
Right.
And all of the agencies would do it.
Right.
So there were companies that existed whose sole purpose for existing was to be paid by these agencies and managers to physically show up at their place, pick up
Yes.
packages, and drive them all over town.
Yes.
That industry does not exist anymore.
Right.
That blows my mind.
Well, I think that industry has become Postmates.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
true.
like,
That's
instead
true.
Instead of delivering stuff that has now become digitalized, what's the other thing that we can deliver that
Deliver
can't be
soft
digitalized?
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Food, and
Yeah.
toilet paper.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. But so it's not surprising that now digitally they do the thing. So anyway, so iPhone 8 comes out. They now iPhone 8.
Yeah.
Same form factor, it's pretty much. I think there's like glass back now for some
I'm not
reason.
sure when-
So you can shatter both sides.
I mean, I really think it just was let's do something so that people don't think,
Yeah.
why did you even announce an iPhone 8?
Yeah.
Because then the big announcement was the iPhone X, which is an X because it's the Roman numeral for 10. It's the 10th anniversary of the iPhone.
Right.
So they call it their 10th anniversary phone,
Right.
which is the iPhone X.
Right. But does that mean the next one that comes out is going to be the 9?
Theoretically, it would be the 10.
No, it'd be the 9.
Oh no, it would be the 9. Yeah, because they would. But well, whatever.
I feel this is
They're
what
getting
I mean.
all fucked up.
I feel like the X is this like standalone little like for a limited time only type phone.
Yeah.
So they did a couple things that I'm like miffed about.
Yeah.
So first off, they kind of fucked you, right?
Yeah.
They fucked you because so usually what happens is they put out 2 sizes of a product.
Right.
A small and a large.
So you have this plan. So which one can you get?
Oh, but that's different, and I also fucked that up. I'll tell you about that in a second if anybody wants.
Okay.
But usually what they'll do is they'll put out 3 sizes of the phone: 64 gigabyte, 128 gigabyte, 256 gigabyte.
Right. Remember when the one option was 8?
Yeah, right.
It first came
8,
out.
16, 32?
Yeah.
No.
16s.
Yeah, or like 4 or wwhatever. But so here's the thing. Rather than getting rid of the low-end one, the 64 gig one, because I always bought the 128 because I was like, 64 is too small. I don't need 256.
It's Goldilocks. You need the middle of the range.
Yeah. Well, they just got rid of it.
They just got rid of the middle one?
They got rid of the middle one. So now you can only get them in 64 gig or 256 gig.
Oh, my gosh.
And I know they just did it to fucking steal
people
money.
Because they were like, these people in the middle
They were
really
like, all the people in the middle cannot go down to 64.
Yes.
So we're now forcing them to pay for the bigger one.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, the other thing that I think about with it is that it's $1,000 for the 64X and it's $1,150 for the 256.
Oh my
So the
God.
difference isn't that much cash wise. It just feels like a fuck you.
But
There's a lot of this that just feels like a fuck
what?
you.
Your phone should not be $1,000.
It's almost $1,200.
Yeah, well, I mean, the base model.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's like the only option. This is of the X.
This is of the X, but the top end 9 Plus is $999.
Yeah.
So the top end, if you're gonna get if I was gonna get an 8 Plus,
Yeah.
it would be $1,000.
Oh my God.
So why wouldn't I just get the X for
Right,
$150 more?
Right.
And remind me, what's the monthly payment if you lease it? What is it?
And that's
usually?
what you
So,
do.
so this is
Okay,
what-
so how did you fuck it up?
well, so there's
okay, describe the program first, and then describe how you fucked it
Okay.
up. Yeah.
So the way phones used to work, and some phones still work, which is the carrier subsidizes some of the cost of the phone so that this is to entice you to come to their service, right?
Right.
So back in the day, remember it was like, and get a flip phone for $0.
Yes. Yeah.
Basically, just sign up for an account. We'll give you the phone for free.
Right,
Right.
right.
And then it used to be and the way that they did that was that the carriers would subsidize the phone company for giving them the exclusive access to certain phones.
Yeah.
Hence why when they first came out the iPhone, it was only AT&T.
Right.
Remember?
Right.
Because AT&T said, we will give you a big chunk of money, thus subsidizing the cost of the phone. So even though we're buying the phones from you for $800,
Yeah.
we're letting them buy them. We're letting the user base buy them from us for $199.
Right.
AT&T is subsidizing that cost.
Yeah.
Well, 2 years ago, I think, Apple came out and basically said,
No
we
more.
are not subsidizing phones anymore.
Yeah.
They cost what they cost.
Yeah.
And so then everybody went, why are they so fucking expensive?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to write a $600 check for you just to
No
have a
one
new
writes
phone.
checks
Check
anymore.
anymore, Alex.
Everybody writes checks.
You're only 1 year older than me. You're not that old.
I love checks.
Ah.
So basically, they were like, okay, well, how do we fix this?
Yeah.
So Apple came out with a program themselves that
Right.
said you can lease the phone from us. Basically, you get this payment plan. Every year you can upgrade it as long as your phone's in good working order and good condition.
Right. And you pay how much?
Yeah. What do you
Yeah,
pay?
it's like $29 to $45 a month extra,
Depending
upon which phone,
What do you mean extra?
on top of your phone bill.
On top of your phone bill. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then the phone companies kind of or the telephone companies got into that
Right.
as well. So then they started their own programs.
The
So like
mobile
AT&T, the cellular companies. So AT&T came up with their version, which was called AT&T Next, which
Okay.
is phone exclusive. So like I buy an iPhone and then I want to upgrade and change out to a new Samsung. I can do that on AT&T Next.
Oh, okay.
Can't do that with the Apple program.
Right. Of course not.
So I went in and did this to get my new iPhone 7 Plus.
Okay. And you're with AT&T.
I'm with AT&T.
So you did the AT&T program.
I didn't remember that I did it through AT&T, but I did it through AT&T, and it's not as good a program.
Oh.
And now I'm in this point where I'm like,
So wait, how much are you paying a month through AT&T?
I can't remember. It's not much. It's $40 or something like that.
Okay,
It's the same
okay.
amount, but it's every 2 years you can upgrade.
Oh.
And I did that because I remembered it was really only every 2 generations that I'd be like, that's cool. I want that.
Yeah.
But they fucked me because they put 2 out at a time.
Yes.
They shouldn't. If they theoretically they should be releasing the iPhone X next year.
But then it's not the 10-year.
Right, but that but so just so you guys know, the iPhone X is a completely different form factor than the iPhone 8. iPhone 8 is the almost identical form factor of the iPhone 7. Of the iPhone 7. So 7 is the one that's out now.
7 is the one you have.
8 is the one that just got released. It is the exact same form factor, basically. The X came out and completely changed the game.
Got
It's wall-to-wall screen.
Right.
So no home screen. So for a phone that's about the size of a regular 8, you get the exact same screen size as an 8 Plus.
Right.
So it'll be the same screen size, basically, but a much smaller phone or a smaller phone. But the other thing is, this is where they get into, instead of it being, because there's no home button, the way that you unlock the phone is using Face ID.
That's
because it's a full screen.
This.
There's no touch. There's no thumbprint.
There's no option for the touch.
There's no option for a touch point because it's a full screen.
Fuck that
it's
shit.
just glass.
But like, listen, this is the thing. Like, this has become plot lines in TV shows now. It's someone who wants to get into someone's phone. They wait until that person falls asleep, and then they put their thumb on it.
Right.
Right? And that unlocks the phone. But if all you have to do is stick the phone in front of their face and there's no it's going to be so much easier to unlock people's phones.
So they've already
talked about this. I watched the whole thing. Yeah, they said that you have to be looking at the phone and your eyes have to be open.
Your eyes have to be
open.
open.
You can't do it while someone's sleeping. They made a point of that during the presentation.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing.
Well, okay. So what if you're just sitting here and I'm like, yeah, you just unlocked your phone.
And I grab you and punch you in the face and grab my phone back.
Well, no, but I'm just saying they actually are really worried about this, but also they're also worried about police.
Oh yeah, that's
TSA.
what someone's saying. Like
because
it is illegal.
It is illegal for the police to have you open your phone. They cannot use that information on the phone against you. Okay. That does not mean that police officers are not trying to do that.
Right.
Okay.
Right? So it's like, just because it's illegal doesn't, because that's what everybody was like, well, the police won't do that. That's illegal. I'm like, that is not going to stop police. Yeah. Like, most cops don't really know exactly where their lines are. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure it's just because they want to stop people from doing bad things. And I love it. And I'm not being anti-cop. I'm just saying, you know, there are going to be cops that are holding that phone up to criminals' faces and waiting for them to blink. And then all of a sudden they've unlocked their phone, right?
Well, I guess all you have to do is keep your eyes closed.
Right. But I mean, but that, okay. But by the way, how is that information going to disseminate to the user base? Right?
What do you mean?
Does iPhone owner 7,562 know that if you close your eyes, it won't open?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that's information that
they
you
will
now
if they listen to our podcast.
Yeah, and they all listen to the podcast.
Listen to our podcast, and we'll save you a lot of hassle.
Now, here's the thing. You do not have to use Face ID to unlock your phone.
Okay.
Just
so
like you do not have to use the Touch ID to open the phone. Then you just have to put in your passcode.
Okay.
So if I get, I'm probably going to get an X because I love technology and I got to do it.
Seriously, you're going to screw the program that you've put in so much money to, and then?
Well, no, I mean I've been having my phone, right? So it's like that's fine, but I'm going to leave the program and give them I think the payout's like $78 or something, and give them the phone. So I'm going to give them the phone, $78, and say thank you so much for the fish, and then I'm going to go to Apple and I'm going to say I want to join your program, where I lease a phone, and I'm going to get the X on the lease program through Apple because I didn't get it through AT&T.
You technically didn't buy that phone.
No, this is AT&T's
phone.
I
see. Got it. So you've only put in $40 per month for a year or whatever.
Yeah. So like $6.
That's still actually probably the cost of the phone.
Well, this was an $800 phone.
Okay. So you maybe got that. You maybe saved $200 or $300 by not buying that phone. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Okay, got it.
I mean, it's all fucking bullshit. I mean, and it's so funny. It's really funny how the way that you spend money, to me, really has so much to do with the value I give a specific single dollar.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be like, You guys want coffee? I'll just open my Starbucks app and fucking $35 later, I go get coffee, right? Don't even think about it. Like, it's just
kind of like Vegas when you're using poker chips. You don't think of it as money.
Yeah.
That's what the whole point is.
But if I want to go watch a movie and I go to iTunes and I can't rent it and it's $19.99, I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you, movie. Fuck you in the goat ass.
Yeah.
I'm going to open Postmates and get sushi for $100, but fuck you for your $20 3-hour entertainment block. Fuck you guys.
So
and it's so stupid.
I just dealt with that this week. So, like, I have to be on various casting websites where my resume and headshots exist.
Yeah.
And so my agents and manager can submit me for stuff, right? Well, my commercial agents decided that they wanted... really for commercials you use one headshot, like there's not a whatever, but they wanted an option. They wanted me to put up 2 more headshots. I'm like, great. And on one of the sites where I pay like $5 a month to be on this site. On one of the site to upload 2 new headshots, it was costing me $40, and I still was like, why do I have to pay fucking $40 to like literally upload 4 gigs of photo to you? But fine, whatever. I go to this other site. And to upload 2 more photos, I had to join a monthly membership, and I had to pay $100 for 2 years of this membership. And I was like, fuck this shit. I even called. I was like,
really?
I don't want to spend $100 just to put up 2 headshots. And I'm like losing my mind about it. I'm emailing my manager being like, is this really necessary? This feels like a racket, yada, yada, yada. And then I sat down and I did the math and I went, wait a minute.
$7 a month, right?
No. It's like $2 to $3 a month, which is less than what I was paying on the other site.
Which you were perfectly fine paying.
I know. It's different when it shows up on my credit card bill as $5 a month than me showing up on my credit card as $100 flat out. But I'm not paying it anymore for the next 2 years.
Honestly,
I literally had to be like, Allison, it's fine.
But it's so funny that like stuff like that, it really, like if it's on a bill, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what the bill costs.
Yes, exactly.
But if it's, and that, to be honest, that's why the phone thing is really great, is because it's like, I don't have to put $1,000, $1,200 on my credit card.
Right.
I just go, oh, my bill is $40 more a month. Well, whatever. My bill's fucking expensive anyway.
Yeah.
I hate bills.
$40 a lot is, I mean, if my
well, but remember we said you're fancy, so you have a very low phone bill.
Yeah, I do. But if all of a sudden you had $40 a month to my phone bill, I'd be like, what the fuck? Although, of course, my internet cable bill is like almost $200, and it drives me insane.
Internet cable bill.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate it because I know that if I switch to Time Warner, it would
Spectrum.
be cheaper. Spectrum, it would be way cheaper, but then only for like the first year.
I know. It's really crazy.
But if I also like called AT&T and told them I was leaving, they would then lower my bill, but I have to go through that whole fucking hassle. And I'm like, I just don't. And it just makes me angry every time I pay my cable and internet bill.
Honestly,
like,
that's why.
So expensive?
That's why I'm like, Google, get off your fucking ass and bring us Google Fiber already.
Please.
Because I'll pay. I mean, because. Yeah, there's just so many different fucking bills that you're like, really? Come on. I mean, I know it's like wah, life. You know what I mean? But like, but it is really funny that specific mental difference between what, like, I'll spend fucking $40 on some Blizzard game without even batting an eye.
Right.
Like, without even batting an eye. Like, I'm currently still, I just resubscribed to World of Warcraft. I don't really play it right now.
Right.
But I'm paying $15 a month.
Yep.
And I'm sort of like, whatever.
Yeah.
But then it's like these one little things. I'm like, $4.99.
Yes.
What? Well, just stab me in the gut. Why don't you? And I'm like, $5.
Like shipping costs is when it makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Like when you're spending like $150 on something, and then they're like, it'll cost $9.99 to ship. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Free shipping. Free shipping. And then the funny thing is you start to get really like free shipping is great. It's a perfect example. Like, first off, free shipping, right? I pay $99 a year for free shipping.
For Amazon Prime.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, it's on repeat, so I don't even really think about it. You know what I mean? And by the way, I would say to all of us and all of you out there listening, maybe this week, let's just choose a day just to go through our last month's bank statement and just see if there's something on there that's a recurring payment that you're not really using.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a fuck ton of those.
Yeah?
Yeah, like Hulu. So I started doing Hulu.
That's like $10 a month, right?
It's $11.99. It's $12 in order to get the ad-free. Well, and the funny thing is sometimes I'll use it in a month, sometimes I won't, but I do get value out of it because we're catching up on Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and it was on there, and we did it for not Top of the Lake, but we're gonna use it for Top of the Lake.
Oh, I do want to watch that.
But it was The Bridge, the Swedish, Norwegian, Finnish TV show called The Bridge. It's fucking great.
Oh, okay.
And season 1 was on Hulu, and so we bought Hulu specifically to watch that.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, and I found out Rick and Morty season 1 was on it because I wanted to catch up.
Right.
Watch that. And then we found out that Always Sunny was on it, and so I was like, oh, this is great. I'll just watch all the Always Sunny because we haven't watched Always Sunny. Anyway.
Yeah.
But that's a great example. But then I have this thing like on like LegalZoom for one of my companies. I had like compliance monitoring, and it's like not cheap. You know what I mean? And I was like, but I ignore all the compliance requests. Like they all come in and I'm like, another one of these, delete. But now, by the way, it's because every time I drill down on them, I'm like, there's really only like 2 things you have to do every year for a company in order to not be like, it's not. I thought it was going to be like all these fucking things that were every month there's going to be a new form to fill out and they were going to do it for me. None of that.
No.
So I was like, I just got to go back and cancel that. And so it's like, I feel like there's a bunch of those things that we all as a society could use.
Yeah.
Going through and bing, 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 bong, bing, bong, bangs.
Yeah. Go check it out. Go save some money, everyone.
All right.
On that note.
Jesus.
We did it.
Jesus.
We did it.
Jesus.
I feel like we have sufficiently supplied our listeners with enough information to make their lives better
That's
this
pretty
week.
good.
Yeah.
Cooking classes are good.
Cooking classes are good. Guilt City is fancy
City.
Groupon.
Fancy Groupon.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And don't turn your Face ID thing on.
I should say Guilt City is spelled G-I-L-T, just in case people don't know what guilt.com was. Yeah, G-I-L-T City.
Smart.
That's Cam.
Smart.
Yes. Hey, everyone. Thanks for listening. If you ever want to email us, you can do so at halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, halfhourhappyhr. Please subscribe to us, rate us, and pass us on to your friends.
Yay!
Via iTunes or Stitcher or Google Play or whatever you listen to us on. And that is it for this episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Alison and Alex. I am Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. Until next time, say sayonara, Mr. Tom Super Volcano Krajewski.
Sayonara.
You did it.
Bitches.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.